Hey guys, my name's John Erickson. I'm represented by MKM, and I'm located in Los Angeles, California. I'm auditioning for the role of Rob, and I'll be available for the shoot dates in February.
What are you doing?
Working. We have a lot to do.
There'd be less to do if you hadn't spent half of yesterday playing cards.
Okay, I know how that looked, but on Saint Agia, things aren't always as they seem.
So I hear.
Can you just trust me as your captain?
Since I don't have much choice, at least I can watch the sunrise. I like to begin every day by taking a moment to appreciate the world around me.
That sounds really nice. Which reminds me, I brought coffee.
So, are you really going to sail around the world by yourself?
That's the plan. Sure beats corporate finance.
You, corporate finance, for real?
Wall Street, board meetings, three-piece suits, everything but the galley sink. Surprised?
No. Maybe, yeah. Sailing around the world sounds amazing, but the reality? No, thank you.
Reality? Like what?
Well, storms. There have to be storms sometimes, right?
Yeah, I'm sleeping under the endless canopy of stars.
Tasteless food that you always have to cook yourself.
Connecting with the wind and the waves.
Getting seasick and sunburned.
Waking up each morning in a place you've never seen before, with a new sunrise, with new colors and new light.
It all depends on your definition of freedom. What's that?
Fresh water for your tanks.
How did you?
It took some doing, but I horse traded a couple of favors I was owed to get your deliveries moved to the top of the lists.
This horse trading didn't happen over cars, did it?
Also, Celeste told Ernesto about your plate over a second helping of mango pudding. He's found a way to get you your new electrical panel within a couple of days.
Are you serious? That's incredible. Thank you.
You are very welcome. And now for the bad news. Your furling jib is tangled around the forestay. I'm planning to upgrade the system so the luff wire can double as your forestay, which should eliminate the existing forestay wire as well as the halyard.
You lost me after that news?
I'll show you. I measured the length of the luff wire and got you a pennant. Now we need to attach the jib to the mast with a swivel.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
That's the swivel. After you connect that, I'll connect the other end of the pennant to the mast using a shroud adjuster with a clevis pin and a split ring.
I'd be a bigger help if you could explain it again. In English.
A big part of sailing is knowing the parts of your boat.
Yes, and a big part of teamwork is making sure your partner knows what you're saying. Ahoy, Lorley! Ahoy, Rob! We made a picnic!
Ahoy, Marie!
Ahoy! This is wonderful. The mirror transforms the space. I feel the glory of that sun, the calm of that moon. I feel the love of your aunt and uncle. You've outdone yourself.
I knew you knew Thomas. I didn't know you knew Aunt Laura Lee before they separated.
Separated? Thomas and Laura Lee never separated. I tried to tell you, Aunt Laura Lee did go back to the mainland, but only to work so that she could fund the repairs. She returned to the island and Uncle Thomas as soon as she could. They spent 30 years together on the Laura Lee.
I guess I jumped to conclusions.
It happens.
I don't know what made me think That's not true. I know exactly who made me think that. I'm sorry.
This who wouldn't happen to be named Charlotte?
Who told you? Celeste, of course. What did she tell you?
Why don't you tell me what happened?
It's much less interesting than your aunt and uncle's story. We came here on vacation and fell in love with sailing around the island. We decided to quit our jobs, buy a boat, sail around the world, and live happily ever after.
Seems like that didn't go quite to plan.
Charlotte made a lot of promises about the job, about the boat, about sailing around the world.
About you? I'm sorry.
This obviously wasn't the life for her, and I'd never want her to be unhappy. I just wish she'd made sure before. I mean, a promise is supposed to matter.
So then you decided to go ahead with the plan? All by yourself? That's very
Stubborn?
brave. Not everyone has the courage to set off on their own to do something new. Not when sticking with what you know is so much more familiar. I'm not sure I could ever do something like that.
I bet you could. If you found something you really wanted.
I never thought about it.
Maybe you should. I mean, is this partner thing really what you want, or is there something else you want more?
I guess I should think about it. Well, this is it, rigged and ready for smooth sailing. You'd better do it. Sailors are a superstitious lot. What do I do?
You put the branch on board for a safe return to shore. Then you say a few words to appease the sea and ask for good luck and a safe voyage. Finally, you break the champagne against the bow, but make sure you hit it hard.
It's bad luck if it doesn't break on the first try. Okay, but you have to help me. Well, I've never christened a boat before, but here goes nothing.
Sailors say that a pessimist complains about the wind. An optimist believes it will change, and a realist adjusts their sails. Laura Lee's commitment to fixing up the Laura Lee reminded me that pessimism is the easiest way out, that equal parts optimism and realism are the real key to happiness. To all the Laura Lees and all the sailors who love them, may the dreams you hold dearest be those which come true. Yeah!